In today's video, we are going to learn what are the types of constructors and programs of different type of constructors. Constructors हमारे पास दो तरह के होते हैं, compiler defined and user defined. When we as a developer do not provide any constructor to our class, then a compiler defined constructor is provided by the Java-C compiler to create the objects. Let us see this with the help of program. Let's create a class, let us say A, and inside our class we are creating a variable named as X. We have a method to get the value of X, and let us assign X as 10. Now we have another method to print the value of X, and in this method we are having our system.out.println statement to print the value of X. Now you can see that in my class A we have not supplied any constructor. I have not created any method with the name A. So in this class A we are having one variable X and two methods, getX and showX. Now when we are going to create the object of this class A, in our main method public static void main. Now what happens is we are going to create the object like class name space object name is equals to new keyword and class constructor. But you can see that this function, this constructor is not provided by us. So who is going to provide us this constructor? Or we are going to get an error while compiling this program. Let us see. A1 dot getX, and we are going to call A1 dot showX. Now let us save this program. In desktop demo folder with the name b.java. Now we are going to compile this program. So let us set the path first. So I am going to set the path of desktop, and in desktop I have a folder named demo. In demo folder we are going to compile our code, source code, javac b.java. You can see there is no compile time error, and I have created the class file. Now to run the program I am going to write java space b. I have value 10. You can see that there is no error, no compile time error, that this A is not defined. So who has provided us this A? This A constructor is provided by Java compiler at the time of compilation. See, what does Java-C compiler does it? It checks that for the class A has user provided any constructor. If not, then our Java-C compiler provides us with a default constructor, a blank constructor with blank body. So what Java-C compiler has done is, compiler has added a constructor A, a constructor with no argument. It is a non-parameterized constructor, you can see, and with blank body. This is provided by Java C, and this is known as compiler defined constructor. So if as a developer you are not going to provide any constructor, then your Java C compiler is going to provide it for you, and this constructor is only useful to provide memory to your object. It is not going to initialize this objects because it is not having any body. It is having blank body. So let's come back. I think compiler defined constructor is clear to all of you. Now let's discuss user defined constructor. So in a program, when you as a user provide constructor to your program, your class, it is known as user defined constructor. Now in user defined constructor, we are having two categories: non-parameterized constructor and parameterized constructor. So for non-parameterized constructor, we can create a constructor. Let us say in this program, in class A, I have a variable int x and I have provided a constructor A, and I am going to initialize value of x with, let us say, 20. Now this is non-parameterized. I have not passed any argument. Non-parameterized constructor is going to initialize all the objects with the same value. This means that if I create 10 objects of this class A, then all 10 objects are going to be initialized with x value of 20. Now non-parameterized constructor is useful in those scenarios where for each object we want to have same values. For example, if we are going to create a class named BCA, so for all the students in class BCA, we are having same subject code. If I have a variable string subject code here, so what is going to happen is for every student of this class, he or she is going to appear for the same set of subjects. So we can use non-parameterized constructor in this context. So let me complete this program. So what we are going is class A int x, and this is my non-parameterized constructor. Now to make it parameterized, if we talk about parameterized constructor, what we have to do is we have to pass some of the argument to this constructor. So in class A constructor, we are passing the value int x. We are passing an integer argument. So let us say I change the value to x1. So I can initialize x is equals to x1. So this is the difference between parameterized and non-parameterized constructor. Now in next video, we will discuss both these parameterized and non-parameterized constructor with examples.